So it was just surprising to see how similar we were despite being different points in our lives.
I think the amount of things we had in common that there's no way Circl could have known about.
We both had pets and are both in relationships.
Every time we did an icebreaker, we found commonalities.
So just having, I guess, that thing to bond over, me at university and her in a senior position at her job.
One of the things I was possibly the most nervous coming into it was how do you coach someone where you come from a different background, or you're not in the same industry, or you're not in the same life stage. We kind of were able to sort of build that relationship really quickly.
I think that was the most surprising thing.
And it felt like such a great match right off the bat.
We both into football.
So it was wonderful.
Samantha supports Arsenal and I support Crystal Palace.
Lots of differences as well, but that didn't matter. That didn't affect our ability to coach one another.
It was kind of nice to bond over those things as well.
And I would absolutely agree.
Yeah. In regards to my personal growth, it's definitely improved my self-awareness. So the coaching techniques I've applied to myself as well, and asking myself those deeper level questions.
It really made me realize that you don't need to have that lived experience to be a successful coach.
Utilizing different coaching techniques such as active listening and open-ended questions to help people navigate their own thoughts and come up with their own solutions. I feel like that is more valuable than me giving them a solution themselves. I think that's probably what I took out from the Circl program the most.
The role of a coach is to sort of facilitate discussion and encourage your coachee to be able to solve the problems, the challenges themselves, and you're there to facilitate, not do it all for them. So that for me was one of the most valuable things I think I took away.
I'm also being more accountable for my own actions. It's definitely changed the way that I communicate with others in regards to being more empathetic, but also letting others lead, like me just gorging and asking and probing the questions and letting them in a way take over. So it definitely changed the way I perceive coaching and also leadership.
I've always kind of taken on that mum role and tried to solve everything for everybody. And now to your point, I ask more questions, and I in terms of just how it's helped me as a parent, I go into any conversation with my daughter now. So what do you think? What could you do differently, rather than always trying to solve things? So there's been huge personal growth as a result of that.
I feel like before I was very kind of shy and also kind of aware of other people's opinions on me, and that kind of made me feel doubtful of my own opinions and my own ability. But through the coaching partnership, I was able to understand that the other person is also human like me. We also may share similar interests, and it kind of made me feel more confident in myself.
I spend a lot more time listening, and really active listening, and I'm much more comfortable holding silence. So I will pause now in conversations, and where historically I would have jumped in to kind of get rid of that uncomfortable moment, I am much more happy just sitting back and letting thoughts and things come into people's heads and waiting for them to kind of say more. I've actually changed roles 7 weeks ago. I've come in a completely different leader than I would have done if I'd started that role in September and before the Circl program. With my team, in December we were doing performance reviews, and again my approach was very, very different, because I was really letting them dive deep into their thoughts and actually encouraging them to talk more about themselves, and particularly in terms of what they wanted to do differently this year. What does that look like for you? Rather than me going, well, you could do this or you could do that. I think it's given my team and my new team more time and space to really open up and solve problems for themselves, rather than the old me, as I touched on, who wants to be the parent and try and solve it all for everybody.
I think before I viewed leadership as more in a simple manner. So because I played football, I viewed it more command-based or authoritative. So just the leader would be, I guess, providing directions or making decisions and giving the solutions. So I think that was the main concept or idea I had of leadership. Whereas through Circl is kind of more collaborative based and also more empowering. So instead of them just offering straight up the solutions, they are creating the conditions for me to come up with my own solutions, where it be through like more difficult questions, active listening, or just that silence as well for for me to take time to come up and make my thoughts.
So many transferable skills. I've had a coach in the past and it was incredibly powerful, but I'd never kind of connected the dots with how me learning the skills of coaching could actually help at work and in my personal life, and me become kind of a better leader and a better parent and person. The Circl program really did that, and I think it's a really unique way of learning coaching skills, the way it's done with the matches and everything, and the amount of time that you genuinely invest in coaching, but also being a coachee and helping the other person develop their skills as well. It's also given me the confidence to use kind of the platform I have and the position I have to do more to help others. So I've actually signed up to become a Teach First coach. I'm going to spend the next year coaching a teacher. I don't think if I hadn't have done the Circl program, I don't think I would have signed up for that. I don't think I would have had the confidence to have done that, particularly with someone in a completely different industry. The journey I'll go on with her over the next 12 months is just going to continue to enhance and build upon the skills and knowledge and experience that I took away from the Circl program. It was fantastic.